Evening everyone, I think we're live already. Nothing too exciting going on here, it's just the first time I'm trying... Evening Binny. Hope you had a great Friday. Evening Given to Fly. Another member of the Friday evening clan. Fully arrived at the weekend now. I had the day off today, so I was, as you can imagine, setting up the Fanatec equipment. It's all set up now. The only thing I've tried so far is a bit of iRacing on PC. And we're now going to go straight into GT Sport. And this is literally the first bit that I've done. Evening GT Grandad, hope you're well. Hope you had a great Friday. Thank you, yeah, we're here. So we did the unboxing yesterday. I think it's fair to say the unboxing was an unqualified success. And I'm sure all of the big technology companies are going to be sending stuff my way ASAP for that kind of level of unboxing. But I'm really eager to get going, so I'm just going to crack on. Now I'm expecting the force feedback to probably be too high. I'm expecting the brake pressure required probably to be too high, so we may have to tweak some things as we go. It's not really, we're not going to be doing a daily race today. It's literally just trying out the equipment for the first time on GT Sport, and I'm going to let you know what's going on, what I'm feeling. Evening Loopy. May I ask what time it is, please? I need to ask what time it is over there, Loopy. Loopy just has no regard for the kind of day cycle. Loopy just bashes through like a Terminator. Binny, be honest, how long did it take you to set it up? Well, let's be honest about it, Binny. I said I was going to do a morning stream, and what time is it now? Loopy, it's 6:42 in the UK. So that kind of says everything, I think. There's a big difference in time there between Binny and GT Grandad. I think one of you might need to adjust your clock. In fact, my time's in the middle of both of you. Have you trying to work out an average there? Evening, Al. This is actually live. Yeah, we are live. Sorry, Al. I know you've probably been waiting all day, but we have arrived late, better late than never. Anyway, this is not going to be an exciting stream. It's probably not going to be for more than half an hour because I have other important stuff to do. So I'm just going to crack on and let's see what happens. I may need to, as I said, turn down some of the settings and make the force feedback a little bit weaker and try and adjust the brake pressure because it's very hard to apply full brake pressure. Loopy, 4:42 AM. Big stuff, Loopy. Loopy is hosting the Fro Bentos Racing lobbies this evening. So do make sure you've got Loopy added on the old PlayStation. Now, I'll say the first thing I noticed in iRacing is that it gets really hard to turn the wheel to full lock. Really, really, really hard. So I took an F3 out at Monza, which is my favourite track and my favourite car in iRacing, and actually can get really hard to turn the car in. So I understood off there because I'm not used to applying that amount of force to actually get the car turned in. And I think the faster you take corners and the more you're asking the car to do, the more force you have to put into the Fanatec wheel, if that makes sense. So that is a big difference that I've noticed from the T150 already. You can find no pedal cam today. Sorry, pedal cam enthusiasts. There's still a mess of cables everywhere, so I will get pedal cam set up. Don't worry about it, but just not for today. I'll try and get it set up for the Sunday lobbies. Right. Let's try again. Hang on a second. I don't know what the buttons are. What's the change? A screenshot. Okay, that's a change. I put the left indicator on somehow. I won't be able to take that off. Right, let's go. But honestly, it feels like a completely different game. The amount of information I'm getting through the wheel is, I'd say, significantly higher than the T150. I don't think this is an iterative upgrade. I think it's quite a substantial one. Let's try and get this turned in this time. Yeah, still not. Still a lot more force required. We'll go full ham this time. I am understeering quite a lot. I wonder if this is part of the rotation as well. Maybe it's a rotation thing. So let's. This is the point where I need to dive onto something working. Hang on. What's going on? This is where I need to work out how to go into the settings and turn down the force feedback, the max rotation. Bear with me a second. Because there are settings you can do in the wheel. Evening, Barry. Barry, you set the rotation up. Yeah, I don't know. I need to work out how to do that on the wheel. Here we go. Setting wheel rotation on Fanatec Club Sport wheel. We don't want the Club Sport. There'll be a YouTube video now. Everything's on YouTube. Unless someone with a CSL Elite knows. I think the equivalent wheel is a P1. Oh, the other streamers just say, here's my Fanatec, and look, it works. Yeah, but, you know, that's not what we do on this stream. It's just everything. Okay, I don't know if I need to set the rotation up in GT Sport then. Oh, that's strange. Okay. That's not great. I can't actually move through the menu in the wheel yet. I don't think the Fanatec shows up as a wheel, does it? Oh, it does. Okay. Oh, nice. Fine, so we've got all of that, but I don't have my rotation lock. Evening, Phil G. We're literally just trying out the new gear for the first time. And I've already run into an issue, which is I think the rotation is too high for me. So I'm trying to work out how to get that rotation less. And I know there's a setting in the wheel. In fact, I think I've already clicked the setting. DPR 5.1. Oh, here we go. I need to go sensitivity. Here we go. Sensitivity wheel angle can be changed from 900 degrees to 90 according to your needs. Sensitivity. At the moment it's 108. Now it's automatic. Maybe automatic will work. Let's try that. Even Mr. Gomez. Yes, it's sensitivity. 540 I used. Okay. Let me try 540 then. Thank you for that. Sensitivity. I don't actually know how you... Oh, here we go, yes. 540 is quite high, isn't it? Does that mean I have to go to 54? Smashing that joystick. Okay. I think I'm now on 54. So we'll see. Thanks, Fairy Gamers. Evening in. We're just trying out the Fanatec wheel and just all the little glitches. Obviously, by decreasing the rotation, it's going to make it even harder to turn, really. Let's see if we can get past turn 1. You know what, I'm just... Okay. I know what I'm doing. It's not really the rotation, it's the fact that I was treating that as max brake. So if you have a look at the brake indicator, that's the amount of force I apply on the T150 to get full brake. This is probably the biggest difference actually in terms of this setup and the old setup. So when I came into turn 1, I was probably applying that amount of brake, and I need to be applying that amount of brake. So that's going to be the kind of, wow, my recalibration issues. Actually, I'm pushing so hard on the brake that it's lifting my whole Playseat challenge up. It's lifting my body weight up. Yeah, but I downloaded the new firmware today, 3.7.4 or something. You can find, maybe try cockpit view. Very good idea. That's perfect. That's exactly what my wheel is doing. So that's working perfectly. I think my issue is the braking. So let's go back again. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to really stamp on the brake. It's just generally a lot more force required, both on the wheel and on the pedals. Yeah, my left leg is going to be absolutely beastly. Right, here we go. We're going to make it through turn 1! Yes, we did a corner in the Fanatec CSL Elite. Now this isn't really braking, this part. So the time I did, whenever we streamed last, maybe it was Wednesday, we did a couple of laps here and we did a 2:08.1, which was actually a little bit of a scrappy lap, so we can definitely go at least 2 or 3 times faster than that. Thanks for the support, everyone, for that. Getting through turn 1. Oh no! Oh, did you? Oh wow! Okay, that was a bit more of a fundamental issue. So I really brake there, and my whole rig is lifting up. So I think this is where the cable ties are going to come in before Sunday. And I've spoken before, I think the way the pedals kind of strap onto the Playseat challenge is the weak point of the Playseat challenge. And I'm now applying so much pressure to the pedals, which are wedged against the wall, so the pedals aren't going anywhere. And all of that force is actually lifting my Playseat challenge up. It's actually quite ridiculous what's happening. I'm kind of levitating when I brake. Ian, thought you could adjust the low cell braking level in the PC setup software also back off with the red ring? Yeah, you can. I just haven't done that yet. I've just taken it completely stock at the moment. The amount of force I'm applying to the load cell makes sense. So it made sense in iRacing. And iRacing, it was using the little vibration things on the back of the pedals. So I think it's pretty well set up for iRacing. But in iRacing, you don't really need to apply 100% brake pressure to get the optimal braking effect because there's no ABS. So you don't want to be going to 100% brake, really. Right, time for lift off straight on TV. I'm going to go straight into the flat upstairs. Just my head is going to go through the plasterboard. Ian, I had a similar problem, needed too much force initially. So Ian, did you kind of dampen it down via the software and the cylinder thing? I think, to be honest, I kind of need to strap. I'm not heavy enough. If I was heavier, the Playseat challenge wouldn't lift up. So basically, I need to eat more pies. Is one way of dealing with it. I think obviously if you have a heavier rig, kind of aluminium ones, you won't have this problem. Right, let's try again. Okay, so Ian, you did both, and you got them saved as setups. Okay, I guess that's what we'll have to do. But I can confirm that the rev indicator on the Fanatec wheelbase works, and it's really bright. So there's no missing that. There's also a MPH indicator on the wheel itself. And I can confirm, obviously, that it's all working with PS4, even though it's an Xbox rim, so I'm glad that's happening. You do have to push the rim quite a long way into the wheelbase, actually. Only thing is I can't see the gears on the wheel. I'd rather see that. I don't know if there's a way to do that, work it out. I am definitely going to be slower off the bat in the CSL Elite. It will take some time, I think, to kind of get used to the different forces that are required to make sure that your inputs go through. Now let's try and get to that hairpin again and see if I can brake without lifting off. Now, interestingly, I think my settings are probably going to be the same as when I had the T150, so the force feedback is going to be 5.5. I don't know what you use, Ian, for GT Sport. I might lower these down a little bit at the moment and then kind of take them back up. Ian, get Nathan to brake. Yeah, I'll just have Nathan next to me on the brake. Or Nathan's leg. Rent it out. Fuji, to the question, did you get this direct from Fanatec website? And how much, if you don't mind me asking? Yes, I did get it from Fanatec website. So I got it from the cost that it costs on the Fanatec website. I didn't get any kind of special discount. I used Rory Alexander's affiliate link. So I think he gets a little bit. But I got it full price. But this might give us mortals a chance on Sunday streams. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like head and shoulders ahead of anyone on Sunday streams. I think Nathan and Roswald often right at the top. So I think I'll be mixing with everyone else like usual. Ian, I used 0-10. Okay. Let's see how chonky Ian's arms are. There we go. Evening, Justin. Hope you're well. Evening, Andy. You haven't missed much. It took us a while to get through turn 1, actually. We still haven't done a lap yet. Okay, that's interesting. With your settings, Ian, it's a lot easier to get the wheel to max rotation. It's quite light, to be honest. There's not a lot of feeling. I'll probably go a little bit up, but well, the one behind must be our ghost, I guess. But this is helpful for me to work out how much I should be actually rotating the wheel. Woo. Yeah, so I thought I was on max brake there. I've just held it at the same pressure. And that's not max brake. That is max brake. So I guess I can kind of get used to it by just knowing that I should be lifting off the floor when I go on max brake. Loop user 748. Barriers a talk which will make you like Popeye. Yeah, 2 is a bit low, but we'll keep with it at the moment just so we can actually try and get around. I'll say the throttle doesn't feel too much different from the T3PAs, but the brake is completely different. I'll just treat it like I'm in a one of those hydraulic simulators. So when I brake, actually, you don't really lift. It's actually the opposite effect, isn't it? Scratch that. Now, what the low cell should be helping me to do is just understand how much pressure I need to get the car slowed down. So if we can do a couple of laps, hopefully I will kind of get used to that amount of pressure. Big braking zone here. That's interesting. I thought I went in way too deep, but I actually, at the end, I was almost able to get it stopped. But I think Sunday I'm going to need to put some practice in before the Sunday lobbies. And Ian, kind of do what you said in terms of the PC settings and the preload. Maybe on your podium, Ian, there's just more force feedback at these settings. It does feel slightly easier to kind of modulate the throttle very close to 100%, so kind of go to 80, 90. Okay, it is making sense to me now. I know a little bit better how much force to apply. Woo, okay, we didn't apply enough there. See Barry? Doing an important errand. I mean, Nathan, leg sore. There's definitely a lot more force required to brake than I'm used to. How you're doing it with the kind of hardest brake performance bits in, I don't know. Justin, where's SOCCAM? No SOCCAM today, unfortunately. I can see you're a SOCCAM enthusiast, but should be back for Sunday. Just read that in a second, Benny. Whoa, okay. Big braking zone. Binny, how do the gear paddles feel? I think I've got used to it very quickly. They do feel more quality, but... And they are slightly harder to press, but it's not really a big difference when it comes to it. In the context of other things, it's basically... It's meaningless, the difference. Might be getting slightly more into it now. First time with a load cell. Here we go. So that ahead is our ghost from not yesterday, whenever we did it. And it's a decent lap. It's a good chaser. Just got dirty tyre there. That's true, Justin. That is very true. That is very true. So again there, if anyone's watching the braking pressure, I think the most interesting thing, we're not going to go too long here. What's the time? I've probably only got about 10 minutes left. The most interesting thing to watch is probably going to be the brake pressure indicator. Because there are magnitudes more amount of force required to actually brake than in the T3PA Pros. Yeah, you're right, Ian. I do need to kind of mess around on the PC a bit. This is absolutely, completely stock. So this is out of the box. But also I need to understand what I want to do as well. Like, maybe I just need to strap the Playseat challenge down a bit better. And then, yeah, we'll be applying that much force. But the force required for the brake pedal doesn't feel unusual. In terms of compared to karting, for example. So I think I just need to kind of strap things down. I think Steve has had a similar issue with his load cells. Not quite getting that one right. Nathan, if you give him brake force setting, lights on the wheelbase lights up with the... Okay, I like that. If you go to the brake force setting, the lights on the wheelbase light up. Can I do that on the rim? I would like to see that. I think that would be very helpful because I'll know it will give me more information when I'm not braking fully. Yeah, no complications for Binny. We go through the settings. Sensitivity, FF, DR1, FE something, FOR, SPR, DPR, BL1, brake force, BRF. I'm going to do that. No, it still revs at the moment. Justin, take a look at some of those that have had the same setup on YouTube. Yeah, I will do. There's a lot of stuff you can do on the rim. I'm just kind of browsing through. You can switch brake force up and down. Okay, let me go to brake force. So I've got it on 50 at the moment. I'm going to go to 25. So there we go, we've gone to 25. Doesn't really seem to have made a difference, but... Leave it on the BRF screen. Oh yeah, you're right, okay. Yeah, I can see it now, Nathan. You probably want 60. It was on 50 before. Justin, first impressions then, was it great value? First impressions is that it all feels like a quality piece of kit. You do need some time to set it up, I think, unless you're some kind of screwdriver wizard. You do need to mess around with drivers. You do need to mess around on the PC. A lot of the pieces are very, 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 very zero tolerance when you put them together. So you've got to be careful not to cross-thread stuff. I think what Ian says. Yeah, I don't have a Stanley knife, so the some work to do on the unboxing techniques. Well, let's try this with Nathan's tip here with the setting. Nathan, I think I have 22 braking force with the hardest inserts. Well, maybe if I apply this amount of pressure and I change the braking force setting. Oh yeah, I can see it go up. So this, by the way, is one braking force setting. So I think for the lulls today, we'll for the next 5 minutes, we'll keep it on 1 and let's see how we do. But I will need to strap this down. So this is I think a setup as in closest replication to the 1 second, restart this. This is making the CSL Elite very close to the T150, and then we can kind of crank it up. Obviously, I think you want to. It's very important for the load cell that you stick to a setting and you understand the brake pressure required. It doesn't really make sense if you keep messing around with it. So I will try on Sunday to get an appropriate setting. Just on the throttle, they're a bit too early, but we're up from our T150 time already. So it shows that a bit of tweaking can really help. Ooh, that's going to cost me yet. It wasn't even the last bit, I really messed it up, but anyway. Do a couple more laps. So that's promising that we were up in Sector 1, which is the most technical part of Suzuka. And we were up on a Ghost that, you know, we'd done a couple of laps in the T150 when we were kind of warmed up. That is encouraging. It's quite difficult, this one. So I think where I'm really struggling at the moment is the hairpin and that one into the chicane, so the kind of the big braking zones at the moment I'm struggling with. Do a couple more. Ah, I couldn't see my gear there. I thought I was in third. I think we would have been okay if we were in third gear. Yeah, I think Nathan, is that tip about the brake force, I think it's really cool. I think it's more important to Well, it's more helpful to see your brake force on the lights than the red indicator actually. Right, so a lot of force required here. We'll do one more lap and then I'll catch up with the chat. And it must be getting close to Frey Bentos lobby's time. I always found it difficult in the T150 to nibble that curb on the inside, so we'll see if that's an area that I find a bit easier. Ooh. Yeah, so losing a lot of time through there. Last lap then. Good start. Just having to peer over my rim because I wasn't sure of the gear. We'll see if we can make any headway on the Ghost in sets 2 and 3. This isn't a difficult one to do. Okay, if it wasn't for the late upshift there, that was quite a good exit there for me. I think we are making progress on the Ghost, which is good. And we are making progress on our previous lap time. Bit messy through there. I think the extra resistance on the throttle pedal does make it a bit easier to kind of hold your throttle and just wait a little bit before you get on full throttle. Let's try and do a better job here at least. I think just maybe not applying enough rotation. Go on then, we'll do one more. Definitely the last lap. It's a bit too wide. And then too narrow there, which has cost me quite a bit. Too fast and slow out there. Lost about a tenth and a bit. Likewise there. That was nice, getting all over that curve actually. I know it's not as fast an exit, but I rarely get that far over to the left. Okay, not a not a chasm away from our fastest time with the T150. Let me catch up on the. I have to turn my phone because I can't see. Bear with me. How do I see mine? There we go. Yeah, I'm live now. Yes, I'm gonna like my video. Please do feel free to drop a like if you're enjoying this kind of first impressions of the Fanatec CSL Elite. I think the CSR Elite was an old wheel. Loopy sounds very technical. Loopy might just get a TGT. Yeah, if you're going to be playing on PlayStation, I think the TGT is a great shout. It will be compatible with PS5. It's just if you want to play on Xbox as well, I don't think you have that many options outside of the CSL Elite. Justin, congrats on the milestone 500 subs. Yes, thanks everyone. We are over 500, which is nice. Nice little milestone there. Ian, hit that like button like it's your ex-boss. No comment in, but Ian, thanks for the support. Justin, TGT has got a quick release. Yes, you can. So that I didn't know when I was first kind of exploring wheels that you could swap rims on the T300 and TGT. It's just the platform kind of exclusivity. I'll hope it will stay down for a couple of weeks. I think I am going to be a bit slower, so I've turned the braking force down to 1, which is pathetic, and the force feedback settings are very low. So I've basically kind of made it into a T150 in disguise, and that's not really what I should be doing. So I think I'm going to put the brake force back up to a proper standard, and going to increase the force feedback, and I'm going to really attach the Playseat challenge to. I don't know, I'll have to work something out because my body weight isn't enough to kind of counteract the braking force, if that makes sense. But I've got some cable ties and things like that, so I'll be able to work that out. Looping plays PS4 and GT Sport. Well, then TGT is probably the best shout, I think. It's a wheel that I was looking at secondhand. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, well, we tried it on iRacing earlier and it worked. We're on PS4 now, GT Sport. We'll try it on an Xbox when the new Xbox comes out. So far so good. I've bolted it to the Playseat challenge. I didn't use the clamp. You have to take the plate off, turn the plate around, move it along a bit, and bolt it. And it actually feels more secure than my T150, which was clamped. You just got to put some 6mm bolts in there. The rim is on securely. It does, for anyone who does get a CSL, you really have to put the rim, push it in all the way to the base. And I'm not sure I'm going to get this off because even though there's a quick release, it's very tight to get off. And I put it on a few times and it wasn't registering, and it was very difficult to get off. And eventually I put it in all the way and it registered, so it's going to be even more difficult to get off. At what level does it feel like the brakes in a real car? It's difficult to say, Al, because in a real car you're sitting on a seat that's bolted onto the chassis, so you don't feel any lifting, if that makes sense. It's a bit like when you do a leg press in the gym. Yeah, I don't know how much I leg press. Is it like 70 kg or something? So I'm casually lifting like my own body weight. And it doesn't feel that bad. Whereas here, I don't know how much force I'm applying, but it's not as heavy as a gym leg press. Nathan probably benches about 300 kg on the left leg. Andy, does the challenge seat feel secure? I really enjoy the challenge seat. If you're not blessed with space, I think it's a lifesaver. It says a lot that the design of the Playseat challenge is quite old, and it's still basically unparalleled. I think that says a lot about just how good the design is. But I can tell you that when I'm braking on the stock setting with the load cell, the whole seat is lifting up with me in it. It's an absolutely ridiculous image. Justin, if you don't mind how many coins to cost you, if you look on the Fanatec website, I bought it straight from the Fanatec website, no discounts. So I've got the CSL Elite, WRC rim, and the V3s, and the brake performance kit. So you can kind of toss it up there. But I didn't get any special discount. I just went straight through that. They've had been gym since December, got no idea what I can do, but if I'm pushing 90 kg on one leg, yeah. Well, I don't need to do the old leg press now. Got the load cell pedals. If you've got the space, I think you can get a proper cockpit. But I've never had any issues with comfort in the Playseat challenge. It's such a nice place to be. And you know, sometimes I stream for 4, 5, 6 hours, non-stop, and I don't even. To me, it feels like half an hour. I have no complaints about the comfort of the Playseat challenge. It's worth trying them out, I think, if you can. I haven't really tried out a lot of other sims, but I have been to events and stuff like that where there's been, you know, nice rigs, and it's a bit like going into a fancy sports car with the bucket seat. Sometimes it's actually not that comfortable, whereas the Playseat challenge is really, really comfortable. But, you know, at the moment, I need to modify it a bit to kind of deal with the load cells. Justin got the day one PS5, yes. PS5 rapidly approaching. What are we, coming up to less than a month? Coming up to about a month? Well, I really have to end the stream, unfortunately, because I have so many other things to do, and I'm karting tomorrow at Watermill. I don't know if you're going to be there, Nathan. Mr. Jimmy Broadbent's going to be there, amongst with some other YouTubers. So I really have to get ready for that. It's a track I haven't been to in about 10 years, and it's quite a fast track, so I need to watch some videos and work out my braking points and stuff like that. Hopefully some footage from that coming. I know I'm really behind in the karting footage, so I do apologise for that. What I'll do is I'll upload one of the videos from the last Club 100 round, so you can see it. The audio isn't great, which is why I haven't edited like a full race weekend thing from it. But I'll get that uploaded. I'm going to make some modifications to the camera, so hopefully we get some better footage tomorrow. Eating Steve? No worries, so we're going to have to drop off this stream soon, but we could pick up on Discord. I'd be interested to speak with you on how you found the load cell and kind of dealing with the force that you have to exert on it. So I need to strap down my Playseat challenge. But from this one, it was good to... We did a 2:08.6. Yesterday we did a 2:08.1. So we're half a second off at Suzuka already. Albeit we had to kind of water down a lot of the settings. But it feels good. It feels really good in iRacing. In iRacing it was like a completely different game. Because of you had the vibration from the pedals, there's a lot of detail in the wheels, there's no ABS, so the load cells make a lot of sense with no ABS. But I think, as Ian says, I think a Sunday in the day is going to be a day for me to kind of tweak and then we can kind of see in the Sunday lobbies, you know, how my relative pace is. But I think that's going to be it for this stream. What is it, 7:30? So SSBB will be kicking off soon, which unfortunately I can't make, and then the Free Bentos Racing lobbies, which I will try and join as a spectator if I can. If not, I'll be on Loopy's stream anyway. So best of luck with that, Team 1. Don't care about Team 2. We need to pick up those points because the gap is getting way too big. See you going to fly, thanks for joining. Steve, hard to get a full force. Once it does slow you quicker, I need to bolt it all. Yeah, I need to kind of secure it. Barry 27 will be quite some time as New Sport Championship. Okay, so you're saying there's going to be another FIA season in GT Sport, so that's got to finish before GT7 comes out. Yeah, maybe, we'll see. But with this setup, I am kind of, inverted commas, PS5 ready, which was important for me. But I'm going to wrap up the stream there. Thanks everyone for joining. If you do have any questions, hopefully I can answer them in Discord. I'm very excited to be using this kit. It does feel very high quality, and I think as Ian's hit the nail on the head, I think you need to kind of tweak it in the PC first before you kind of fully deploy it. I don't think you can just run it out of stock and expect to kind of be on the pace quickly. Justin, don't forget it's a driving sim, not a workout at the gym. Yeah, we will see. On full braking force, it is a bit of a workout. Evening, awesome. Hope you're well. Don't know what time it is over there in Thailand. We've just been trying out the Fanatec CSL Elite and the V3 pedals, but I do really have to jump off now, unfortunately. But I will be back on Sunday with the Sunday lobbies, and I may be streaming in the day as well. I know I said that today, but today was a very busy day. Sunday hopefully will be a bit more chilled out, and then we'll go into the Sunday lobbies. But for the Free Bentos Racing lobbies today, team versus team, T1 versus Team 2, that's going to be hosted by guest host Loopy Racing this evening. This evening for us over in Europe, very, very early morning for Loopy. So Loopy just absolutely smashing the day-night cycle there, breaking it in half. Thanks everyone, thanks Andy, thanks Phil G, Al, Ian, Justin. Hope you found it kind of interesting to see how it was off the bat. Obviously I thought I was losing a lot on the rotation. Actually, I just wasn't slowing down the car enough. So I think the best tip was Nathan's one, to change the wheel setting to braking force, and then you can see how much braking force you're applying on the dash. Cheers, Barry. Right, I'm going to end it there. Hopefully see you guys all later. Hopefully some big wins for Team 1. Come on, Team 1. Let's do Team 1 proud this week. But thanks for joining, and see you all